Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode here on the wonderful Decidedly Vanilla SMP with me, Vanillaraccoon. Heyo! And as you may be able to tell, the single chest, both in front of me and also the double chest just behind me beneath the bed are a little festive. And no, it is not Christmas Eve, nor is it Christmas Day. I am using a splendid, wonderful resource pack called A Little Taste of Germ Winter. And the reason why I'm using this is because, well, in the event that you don't know, Germsy Boy, as he likes to be called these days, went ahead and I would like to say remastered, but no, he just changed a few textures in his own personal resource pack to let it fit the holiday theme that is now upon us upon the recording of this DVLP, which happens to be very late at night on the 23rd of December 2016. Happy Festivus, by the way, to those of you who may celebrate it. But what are we going to be doing in this LP, you may ask? Well, let me go ahead and tell you. Well, it does have something to do with the two separate shulker boxes that are just behind me. So let's just go ahead and can we do this without exiting theater mode? So this is a shulker box that I have had in my ender chest for quite some time, and as you can tell, it is entitled, well, it's named the Vanguard's Armory, and this is where I keep all of my OP tools and weapons and my shield and other personal miscellaneous bits that I may use to help me get a build job done or to help me survive when fighting hostile creatures or maybe neutral mobs that turn rogue and would like to pick a bone with me. But then in this shulker box just above it, we have one that is named the Vanguard's Arsenal, and this is where I'm going to be storing my OP sets of armor, including my beetle wings. Now I know some people may be thinking to themselves, well, there is no real difference between an armory and an arsenal, but I at least would like to affiliate an armory as a place where, in a military base, it's where you would have it's where you would go ahead and have like military gear that you would wear into battle or when on patrol, whereas an arsenal is a place where you go ahead and you store your arms, such as in this case our OP weapons, tools, and whatnot. So I think in this double chest, do we have it? Yes, we do. We already have an OP set of armor composed of diamonds that are fully enchanted with everything that I would like them to have, but we still have, well, we have these iron boots that are fully enchanted, but we still have these three remaining pieces of armor that need to be fully enchanted. And the reason why I'm going to have multiple sets of armor is because at the beginning of this week, I had tweeted out that I had the most unfortunate bad luck in the nether, and I ended up losing my OP set of armor along with all of my OP tools and weapons. So throughout this whole week off camera, as you can tell, I've been restocking everything that I had lost in the fire. Pun intended, I think, or literally speaking, that is. So all of those, so those events, that single event led me to go ahead and just decide, you know what, let's go ahead and not just restock on our arms, but let's also begin to have backups for armor, for sets of armor, so that way in the event that we were to lose one backup set of armor, we'll still have another backup, and just so we can like still be somewhat prepared to go into an alternate dimension such as the end, the nether, and the end 2.0, and by that I mean where the end islands are at. The end to me originally would be where the main island is at, but I've already decided when I am going to be doing a project or building something in an alternate dimension such as the end or the nether, I am not, under no circumstances am I going to be wearing this set of armor right here, because this is my top of the line A1 OP set of armor. And believe me when I say this, it was a pain in the ass to obtain these diamonds, but that's why we're going to have multiple backup sets of armor. So I think it's time to just go ahead, gather all this up, place all this stuff into their respective shulker boxes, and I'm actually going to make my way over to the monster of a farm that produces gold and experience, so that way when we have the appropriate amount of XP levels, we can just go ahead and begin to enchant the numerous sets of armors that we're going to have. And then I think we have something a little special that we're going to be taking care of towards the end of this LP, so stick around for that. But I'll see you guys in a moment. Well, here we are at the enchanting station just outside of the monster of a farm that produces gold and experience. But with this enchanting station, we also happen to have two anvils. One that is pretty obvious, as you may be able to tell, but the second and last one at least is a little off the beaten path, I suppose you could say, and it's right back here. And the reason why it's right there is because when I was laying down these anvils, I really wasn't sure how many I could weasel into this small area, but I figured, you know what, if we had to put one that's sort of out of the way and is still accessible, but like I said, off the beaten trail, so to speak, well then so be it. But enough jibber jabbering about that. So what we're going to be doing is we're first going to be enchanting either a diamond sword or a diamond pickaxe. Now, the reason why I say we're going to be enchanting one of the two to start with is because we have pretty much every single enchanted book that we would need, except I am going to have to do some AFK to get the experience level, so then I can do some enchanting with non-enchanted books to then either require a Unbreaking 3 book or get another Unbreaking 2 and fuse it with the Unbreaking 2 book that I already have in my inventory, so then I can have an Unbreaking 3. But I think when it comes to prioritizing which one I would go with, I am gonna go with the diamond pickaxe, because the reason why I would like to have a new diamond sword that has the following enchantments on it is because, well, if I really had to pick which type of mobs I'm going to be doing close quarters combat with, it would be wither skeletons, so then I can try and get their head, so then I can go ahead and summon a page of maces onto the field, so then I can defeat her and then obtain her nether star, I forget which one it's called. I think it's the nether star. Anywho, that way I can acquire her drop, so then I can finally make myself a beacon here on this wonderful DVSMP. But meanwhile, I would like to be able to just take any ores that would need to be mined, such as coal, redstone, lapis, and diamonds, but having a Fortune 3 enchantment on that pickaxe will increase the amount of drops that ore offers. So why don't we go ahead and just move that Unbreaking 3 book down, and let's begin to do the process. Now, off camera, I did do some, I guess you could say, some scientific testing in my DVLB world, where I went and try to figure out which was the easiest and cheapest way to go ahead and throw these enchantments onto a pickaxe so it wouldn't be too costly. And this is the order that I found that works, again, to be the easiest and cheapest. Start off with mending and then go into Unbreaking 3, efficiency 5, and then lastly Fortune 3, because if we were to begin with this, we're only going to have to use up 2 XP. Yep, and then after that, with the Unbreaking 3, it's only going to cost 7, and then throwing on the Efficiency 5, it's going to cost 27. Holy pope on a stick. Too expensive. What? Alright, peeps, so let's just completely disregard practically that previous segment, the whole thing, let's just pretend it never happened, shall we? Sound like a plan? Alright, that sounds like a plan to me. And so, we're going to go ahead and with our 48 XP, we're going to begin to enchant our leggings. And I'm going to do my best to clearly explain to you all why I chose these particular enchantments as I go ahead and do the enchanting. So, the leggings, as you can tell, we're going to be throwing some mending. Well, for one, I'd like to be able to use the XP from my fallen foes to replenish the durability. That way I don't have to relentlessly take iron and use that to replenish the durability. Unbreaking 3, well, when I'm wearing this shiny metallic pair of trousers, I'd like to be able to wear them for a while. I don't really want to wear them for a short amount of time. And now protection 4, I'd like to be able to, you know, aside from looking good, I'd like to be comfortable in my shiny metallic pair of trousers. Well, I'm not really sure if iron is metallic. That's a really odd question for me to ask, or a really odd thought for me to debate about. But then again, it is fairly late as I record this. But Thorns 2. Now, some people may think that having the enchantment Thorns, whether it is tier 1 or in this case tier 2, should be on a chest plate. But this is my logic, alright? Let's just say I have a pair of beetle wings on, and I'm coming down for a landing, and then say some hostile mobs have a bone to pick with me, and I'm able to get away, but not so quickly, where maybe they'll be able to get a punch or two, and just after they do so is when I'll be able to take flight. Well, if they do manage to land a punch or two, then at least the Thorns 2 will be on my shiny metallic pair of trousers, which will sort of give them a taste of their own medicine. And this is going to cost 23 XP. That's a lot. I'd rather see something like that than too expensive, like in the previous segment. So, with my... Oh, I'm only 2 XP shy. Hold on a second, peeps. Let me just go ahead and get that 2 XP and a few extra more levels. And I'll see you guys when we're ready to resume this enchanting session. Alrighty then. Let's go ahead and just finish not recording. Well, yes, let's finish recording this DVLP. But whilst we do so, let's just go ahead and finish enchanting this shiny metallic pair of trousers. And there we go. So now we have 39 XP, and now we're going to be moving on to the chest plate. And the reason why I'm laughing is because, one, it's still fairly late at night whilst I record this DVLP for you all, but I just find it a little funny as to how all this is turning out to go. So for the chest plate, the only enchantments that I have are Mending, Unbreaking 3, and Protection. However, in my notes, I do have Thorns written down, but that's only for if I were to go ahead and just not use my pair of beetle wings and just, you know, be like, hey, I got ender pearls. I'll just cast a pearl into the wind and see where I land. But when we finally update the server to Minecraft 1.11.2, I keep thinking it's Minecraft 1.11.3, but no, Minecraft 1.11.2, Minecraft 1.11.2. Anywho, when we update the server to that version, we'll then be able to use rockets to help us get a boost when we are flying around. We'll no longer have to use a bow with Infinity and Punch 2 on it, or at least with Punch 2 and have a ton of arrows in our inventory to continuously give us that boost. But let's just go ahead and begin to enchant this, and this is actually going to be fairly cheap. Ooh, it's only going to cost, I wasn't paying attention really to the previous two cost of XP it was displaying, but now we're going to go ahead and enchant the final piece to this first set of backup armor, and it's going to have Mending, Unbreaking 3, and then Actually, no. I'm going to try and put these in my inventory in their correct order. So it's going to be Mending, Aqua Affinity, and then Unbreaking 3, Protection 4, and then finally Respiration 3. Although something tells me I'm not going to have enough experience to go ahead and do this. So let's just go ahead and see how far we can get with this. And so... Oh my god, for a moment, I really thought the server was crashing or something bad was happening. I was really about to say, isn't that just my luck? But anywho, no, it was just the anvil breaking. So we're good so far. Okay, so this is going to cost 11. I'm only at 5. Let me go ahead and do yet again another AFK session. And when I come back, we'll then be able to finish this enchanting session. Yeah, because I guess you could say an enchanting session would be you either enchanting books or taking enchanted books and placing them on an armor piece or tool weapon. BRB, peeps. Well, Mr. Anvil, we meet again, and hopefully it's for the last time. So let's just go ahead and finish this enchanting session because this is starting to get a little drawn out in my own opinion. And there we go. We have our backup set of armor fully enchanted, and I'm just gonna go ahead and place my 2 pairs of beetle wings right here. And just a little disclaimer, in the event that you don't know this already, or you're just returning to Minecraft after taking a break from playing it, if you may notice that on the diamond pair of boots I do have the enchantment Depth Strider on it, whereas on the iron pair of boots I have Frostwalker 2. You cannot have Frostwalker 2 and Depth Strider on a single pair of boots. From what I've seen when conducting research and trying to figure out exactly which particular enchantments I wanted to place on each of these pieces of armor. But, okay, so I've done some thinking in regards to the very first segment of this enchanting session with our little pickaxe here. And although I'm a little upset, I'm not going to lie, I'm a little upset that I was not able to throw on the Fortune 3 enchantment. I'm still, at least for the most part, fairly content. And that is because now I have a pickaxe that I can use to... mine up stone and let it drop as cobblestone, because as you may be able to tell, I have right now, when it comes to a diamond pickaxe, I only have one diamond pickaxe that happens to have silk touch on it. And although I could use this iron pickaxe to go ahead and be my fortune mining pickaxe, I don't know why. I guess you could call it a little OCD or something, where this is an iron pickaxe, whereas the other 2 pickaxes that I use happen to be made out of diamond, and so this one should be diamond as well. I don't know what you would call that, but hey, I can at least say I now have a diamond pickaxe that I can use to mine up cobblestone with. Now, this diamond axe, I don't think I'm going to replace. If anything, I could just go ahead over to the Taiga village that is just west of the woodland mansion that Pixel Riffs and I had raided in the previous DVLP. If you haven't seen that yet, then I encourage you to check it out through the power of YouTube cards. One will be appearing at the top right corner of your screen right now. That will take you to it. But I could just go ahead to the Taiga village, hit up the librarian, I think it is. Yeah, the librarian that's over there, and trade with him to get a Fortune 2 enchanted book. And then if it's not too expensive, I'll just throw it onto this diamond axe, and then that'll be it. But like what I was saying for my close quarters combat weapons, I think I'm just gonna stick with having a diamond sword, and for now I guess this will work. If I can, I'll try to add another Smite 3 enchanted book to it, so then it's buffed up to, not buffed up, that way then it's beefed up to Smite 4, and I should have a Smite 4 book laying around, so then I could just go ahead and upgrade that to the highest tier level that Smite can get to, which is 5. And like I said, The reason why I'd rather have a sword for my close quarters combat is because I plan on using, if not this particular bow, then another one to do my mid to long range combat with. But you know what? Because this enchanting session took longer than I had anticipated, I think it's time that we go ahead and do that little special thing that I hinted at the beginning of this DVLP. So let me go ahead and get everything that I need ready, and then when I bring it back, we'll then go ahead and carry out that special little thing. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, it is that time where we must begin to conclude this DVLP. So let's just go ahead and quickly take a look at the House of Slytherin. Now, for a nest of cold-blooded serpents, I must say that this has a very warm and cozy feeling to it, if I may say so. I mean, the carpet, that is a clear visual representation of the Slytherin serpent that has its mouth wide open, ready to swallow its prey whole, really is a nice touch to this bedroom area. And then just having the bookshelves on display here, and even the hanging bookshelves, just give it that wizardry look to it, if I may say so. And in this cute little desk area where you can just go ahead, take a seat, and finish any schoolwork that needs to be finished before class starts. But let's just go ahead and take a look at the ground floor of the Slytherin house. And there we go. Just look at this. I mean, the carpeting clearly reps the Slytherin household, and we even have our little brewing station right here, so then we can have a nice cup of joe while we plot against Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, and Ravenclaw. But ooh, it looks like it's actually getting to be dusk. I think it is. I'm not entirely. Oh no, we still have some time. What am I going on about? So here it looks like we have another house, and I must say the use of the nether wart brick block is very nice. And the reason why I question what this block is because on the inside there is actually this little red block right here, and this is the nether wart block. However, this block that is being used as the roof appears to look like stone brick blocks, but in a nether wart form. Let me just go ahead and grab my pickaxe and break this, and then red nether brick. Oh, okay, then it's the resource pack. I tell ya, it's the resource pack that had me confused for a moment. But actually, no. Wait, that's red nether brick, not nether brick. So yeah, I guess this is like a variant to the red nether block. The nether wart block. That's what I'm trying to say here. Wait, what are you? Come here, block. What are you? Nether wart block, yes. But anywho, this household, again, it has, well, not again, but this household also has that warm, cozy feeling to it with the use of the carpets, the bookshelves, the simplicity of the interior design. Let's just go ahead and take a peek at the upstairs, and the use of the Gryffindor colors gives it that nice, warm, cozy feeling. So let's just go ahead now and carry on and look at the other structures that we have in this area before we go ahead and actually end this LP. Oh, look at this. We even have a villager breeder. This is something that I'm probably going to set up over at the Raccoon Sanctuary just to help get the population growing, because I think at this point now we're going to begin to build some housing structures at the over in the Raccoon Sanctuary, and I would like to have some residents at the ready to occupy the housing structures. But right over here we have a museum, and it's not just a museum, but it is one that is built by fellow server mate Pixel Riffs, if you did not know. Now, I would like to give you all a tour of the place, but at the moment I think he's working on building various structures from a Minecraft village. And I keep peeking at the sky because I'm just trying to get a feel for what time of the day it is in Minecraft, at least. In real life time, it's already 1:46 in the morning. I use military time, so I guess that would be, yeah, just 1:46. But I think what he's doing is he's just creating various structures from a village, and he's either going to place them within the museum or place them surrounding the area. And it looks like all the way back here we can see parts of the village, but I don't want to go any farther because I don't want to risk spoiling anything. But once he has at least that section of the museum fully implemented, then I guess if it's okay with him, we can go ahead and get a tour of the place. I mean, I would like to say that once the museum is fully complete, we'll then get a tour, but you know, so long as this game continues to receive updates, this museum is going to be a work in progress. But just look at the place. Doesn't it look beautiful? Can I? Oh, well, there's a ledge right here, so let me just go ahead and undo theater mode so I can try and get a thumbnail as well for this. Let's just go ahead and do something like that. Wait, hold it. That was me trying to imitate a camera sound. But what is the gift that I'm going to be leaving for Daryl Pixelworks? Well, it is a bow that has mending and infinity on it, and it's one that you would use with your pair of beetle wings that would, like I was saying at some point in this DVLP, it is one where you could go ahead and give yourself a little boost, so to speak, and this would be very helpful whether you're flying in an alternate dimension such as the end or even in the nether, although I myself would be caught dead flying in the nether with a pair of beetle wings. Oh, that's just an accident waiting to happen. But let's just go ahead and place down a trap chest. Let's go ahead and place the bow inside of here, and let's go ahead and throw an arrow, one single arrow, because again it does have an infinity, and this torch was on that bone block that is just behind the trap chest, but I don't want to, like, you know, take it and walk away, so I'm just gonna leave it here in the trap chest. And here is an item frame free of charge. Now I do have this very well written book for him that, as you could tell, is entitled Happy Festivus. I'm not going to read it out loud for you all. If you want to read what each page says, I'll go ahead and open it and you can pause the video and read it to yourself. But I at least had fun writing this book, I'm not going to lie. And then here is the fourth and final page. But let's just go ahead and drop this inside of here, and let's just place it on top of the bow, and let's just go ahead and take a step back. Let's actually, can we cast a pearl on top of the, this looks like an auto smeltery right here. I think it is, but I'm not entirely sure. I'm not too familiar with these redstone contraptions that people can make in Minecraft. But let's just go ahead and take another little screenshot, and okay, but that is going to do it for this LP, you guys. Thank you all ever so much for tuning in, and if you like what you see, then please give that like button a hug and subscribe for the latest buzz. And if you had a blast with a good laugh, then make sure you favorite this video and share with a friend or two. But until next time, peeps, this is Vanillaraccoon, all up in your face. Peace out.